Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto, and today guys we've gone retro. I've got Chris with me today to talk through an exciting project, right Chris?
Yeah, this is what happens when your channel gets taken down and you're just so excited, you want to kind of make it feel a little bit retro again. So yeah, both on a video. I know that a lot of people have asked, where is Chris? Like on a lot of Nick's videos, and I get asked the same thing on my videos, like, where's Nick? Do you guys not do anything together? So we were just like, right, let's smash this one out together. It's definitely time to have a bit of retro back on the channel.
Absolutely. So guys, we are going to be covering a new project, and this project is sponsored, right? We have actually been in contact with the team. They've sponsored the channel here to basically get this one across the line, and that shouldn't detract away from what we're going to be talking about. As many of you guys know, we actually get approached by a lot of projects, and I mean a lot. The inbox is just full of offers, and we actually reject 99.9% of them until we come across a project that we think is actually pretty good, and we think has really good unique use cases, and that we think is actually going to provide something to the community that we have here at Cheeky Crypto. So I want to kind of just reiterate, yes, it's paid sponsorship content. But ultimately, we reject pretty much the majority of what we find in our inbox, and we only really talk about projects in a sponsored way if we actually speak to the team. We ask all the questions that we have about the project. We do our own research. We dig into everything that we would be concerned with personally. And then once we're happy with all of that, then we'll give them the bit of the tick of approval, and then we'll move forward. So overall, I want you to kind of be assured that we've done some research on this one. We've spoken to the team. We're also quite happy to bring the team on to the show so we can actually talk to them as well, and you guys can talk to them and ask the questions, all of that kind of good stuff. But also we want you to be assured that, we aren't just picking any random project to be talking about, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to dive down into a little bit more detail on this project, and then obviously give you all the links that you can actually go and do your own research, because it's all well and good me as an influencer, Chris as an influencer, talking about a specific project, but ultimately I'm not a financial advisor. Chris is not a financial advisor. The only one really who's going to be responsible for your investment choices are either you and your personal financial advisor if you have one. Ultimately, it's important that you do your own research, and we're going to provide you with all the links and all the details that you need to in order to be able to make that a reality. So Chris, anything else you want to kind of cover off before we dive down into what this project is and why we are pretty confident that this is a project that's going to be quite successful?
Yeah, I mean, I've worked in the leisure industry, previously for an awful long time, and it's definitely an area for me that resonates, and definitely needs some tech involvement, some fintech involvement in the industry, right? And for me, we did the members video yesterday. We covered it off. This project is in pre-sale right now, so there's 4 days, 21 hours, 42 minutes and 12 seconds at the time of recording this video left of the pre-sale. With that said, obviously there are legalities with pre-sale, so just make sure you're eligible to participate before obviously joining the pre-sale. There is KYC as standard with these sorts of practices, so just make sure you're eligible. Most people are, and every piece of information that is required is in this website. We sat down with the team, and every question I asked was like, well, it's on the website. So it is really a transparent project, and this is a business that's been running since 2017. So, it's not like it's just been one of those that's set up. Obviously, all the address, the team, and everything like that is all transparent. So, Nick and myself love that sort of stuff. It really does resonate with us.
Perfect. Right. So guys, as we get into this, if you find it useful and informative, hit that like button. We really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new, why not go ahead and subscribe, tap that bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. Right. No more of that intro stuff, Chris. Let's get down into the website and start talking about what this project is and why I think it's going to be quite successful.
Let's do it.
Okay, guys, so obviously we are talking about 𝗕𝗘𝗀𝗀𝗀, and 𝗕𝗘𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀 is a new and upcoming cryptocurrency that aims to revolutionize the travel and leisure industries. And basically the coin is universally adoptable through multi-brand platforms, is built on the Cardano blockchain. The DeFi token has been designed to provide a high utility layer to the 𝗕𝗘𝗀𝗀𝗀 ecosystem, and we're going to dive into that in a moment. Now, obviously, to become, the inter or exchangeable currency and a reward tool to give back to their customers. Okay, so ultimately the whole entire ecosystem is quite unique in the way it's been designed, and I do think it's going to have some pretty good use cases, and I'll get into that in a moment. But the way that everything is kind of coming together in the future, I think is going to be quite exciting for many people. Now, this is not the beginning, obviously, as Chris did allude to at the beginning of the video. Basically, it is kind of a bit of a history to this one. It actually started out with FlyCube back in 2017. And that was actually founded with the mission to transform the way in which people perceive leisure activities through surprise experiences. And basically, since their operations of 4 years ago, they have become one of the go-to surprise holiday providers in 7 of the biggest European markets. And basically, due to FlyCube's great accomplishments, and you can go into that in a lot more detail, the company can now support a new technology and new lines of business, and that's really where the Cube Group has come in, which includes 𝗕𝗘𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to just roll through this website briefly and kind of go through a couple of things, and when we'll dive into a bit more detail. Obviously, as Chris was saying earlier, we do have the pre-sale. This is ending in 4 days, 21 hours, and 39 minutes. So if this project does seem like something that you want to dive into, you've got about 4 days or so to really do your research, make sure you've done all the kind of sign-ups and all the things you need to do in terms of KYC, etc. And we'll get into that in a moment. Right? That 𝗕𝗘𝗀𝗀𝗀, the digital currency that aims to revolutionize the leisure and travel industries, adoptable through multi-brand platforms, and is built on Cardano. Now, here we obviously have the pre-sale buttons. We have the legal opinion, which if we load this up, is actually trying to understand whether or not this would be classed as a security token or a utility token. The legal opinion is that actually it comes out as a utility token. So it's always good to have that kind of transparency on the website, so you don't have to worry about whether or not you're going to potentially be, in with a security token pre-sale or anything like that. So it's interesting, obviously good to have that on there, and obviously the white paper as well. Now, as we scroll down, you have a little bit of about them. 5 million in revenue, 500,000 community, $375,000 euros, I should say, venture capital, and 7 markets in 3 years. They've obviously got various different articles that are linked to here as well, so you can see them on Business Insider, Yahoo, etc. Right, so you can click straight through to these, and again, it will take you to those articles that have been written about them. And here you can see the 𝗕𝗘𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀, and you can see exactly their ecosystem, everything that's kind of going on in this nice graphic, right? So we have FlyCube, which is a matrix, a startup founded back in 2017, as we were talking about, offering surprise trips. Right, currently the company's gross profit is around 5 million euros. It operates in Spain, France, Italy, Portugal, Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. Cube Eats, this is another fantastic one. This is basically, it transforms the way that people go out to have dinner or lunch with their friends, partner, through multiple surprise food experiences, right? So these two things go hand in hand together, right? We scroll down a little bit further, we can see that there is a Cube box coming soon. I'm not entirely certain what this one is going to be about, but I'm super excited to know a little bit more detail on that one. We also have the incubator, which I think is a pretty cool play on words there. So again, this is actually coming late 2022, so that would be pretty cool. The NFT platform, this is a really interesting one, an NFT subscription model, exclusive content from content creators. That's going to be awesome. And then a WowCube as well, right? So you can see it's a growing ecosystem around, or the Cube ecosystem, right? It's a growing ecosystem. And 𝗕𝗘𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀, is basically that kind of that currency, right? That exchange token, that utility token, they're interchangeable between the lot of them, okay? And it can be used as a reward as well for people using those applications. So as we scroll down, you can see the capital that's been raised from 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀, etc. I'm not going to go into too much on detail on that, but we have the tokenomics of 𝗕𝗘𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀 as well. 16% is pre-sale, 10% is liquidity locked. The board has 10%, the burn is 10%, 4% for ecosystem expansion, 36% is your public offering, and then an ICO is 14%, right? So right now we're talking about pre-sale. That's what the 4 days is all about. So right at the early stages of this project, you can get in nice and early, and we'll go into that in detail in a moment. Roadmap. So here we have the pre-sale. This is where we are right now, going into the audit, where we get the audited done after the pre-sale has occurred. We'll be locking liquidity, moving into the public launch at the Q4 of 2021. Okay, so that'll be a nice, also a pretty cool launch to see what happens there. And then we go into coin market cap, CoinGecko back in Q4 as well. So things are just really ramping up now. Token implementation on platforms also in this quarter. We move down into 2022, listing on main exchanges, right? Early 2022, which will be fantastic. Moving over to 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗏 in Q2 of 2022. And then we go into the 𝗕𝗘𝗪 marketplace in Q3 of 2022. Okay, so the roadmap's pretty good. It has a pretty good way of kind of seeing the progression through here of everything that's going on. Now, obviously, there's going to be a lot more detail inside each of these, right? It's not as simple as just token implementation on the platforms. Obviously, it goes into a lot more detail in that. And again, it's worth trying to dive in and figure out stuff out as well. Now, as we come down, we have the KubeCoin use case, right? Basically, you can obviously join their premium partners and get rewards as well. But basically, FlyCube, right here, you can see the magic of surprise trips. Enjoy an unforgettable trip with FlyCube. Choose the dates and travel to a surprise destination with exclusive discounts when buying with KubeCoins. Okay, so you already see that there's a use case here directly for KubeCoin, right? Buy the KubeCoin and then use the KubeCoin to buy those exclusive discounts or get those exclusive discounts when you're doing these surprise destination trips, right? So KubeCoin's got a really good use case just directly in with that very successful model so far of FlyCube. Okay, surprise, excitement and mystery and adventure. That is what awaits you when you use FlyCube. Now, 𝗕𝗘𝗪, in a very similar way, is transforming the way that people go out for lunch and dinner with supplies, meals, right, and experiences through their app, available both in Android and in Apple. And again, you can download this here, right? And again, I think there's going to be, again, KubeCoin coming back into this way to basically buy this and again get the rewards on discounts related to using KubeCoin on this particular platform. So again, everything in this ecosystem is starting to really come together quite nicely. And there's obviously a lot more use cases, right? We have the Cube ecosystem or Cube system engine, which is thanks to their unique engine that we are able to select the best offers and packages among all of our providers, allowing us to centralize the platforms with the goal of ensuring customer satisfaction and reducing costs significantly. The KubeCoin partners becoming a global coin for leisure and travel activities through our premium global partners platforms, and then the KubeCoin marketplace. Pay with cubes on our platform marketplace and with our global premium partners. Get special discounts and offers only available using our coin. Okay, so you already see a good use case for KubeCoin, right, straight off the bat here, specifically as this ecosystem grows to what we were talking about over here, right, where we have not just FlyCube, but 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗏, but also the NFTs and these other projects that they're working on in the background as well. So overall, things are definitely starting to look like they're coming together. This is when we start to get onto the team. Now, we had the privilege of catching up with Mark as well, the CMO. Really talking about everything from KubeCoin, etc., for you to FlyCube, 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗏, etc. Fantastic team. We obviously have their profiles here as well, so we can go ahead and just click on these, and it'll load straight up into LinkedIn. And here you can go into their into the details of who they are and what they're about. You can also go into KubeCoin. You can check the company out from this perspective as well. See all of their 16 employees and go into all of that detail, right? We can find out where they are. You can go into all of the details that are associated and things that they've been up to as well. So it's always good to have that level of transparency when you actually do some research. It makes your research a little bit quicker because you can go directly to these reputable sources such as LinkedIn, check the history of each of these individuals, find out what kind of experience they have within their fields, etc., and really dive into them and start to understand, what they bring to to this particular ecosystem as a whole. So that is pretty much the landing page for this particular project. And we can, of course, go a little bit further. This is the pre-sale section. So when you do click on that pre-sale button, you can see here that we have got the investors round sale ending in 4 days, 21 hours, as Chris was alluding to earlier. Now here we can obviously see that we're in phase 1, right? This is the area that you get to invest in. You have to basically, I think, Chris, just correct me if I'm wrong, you have to do KYC on this one?
Yeah, yeah, of course, you have to do that with pre-sale. So yeah, you have to complete the KYC. There is a how-to guide for how to complete the KYC on the website. It's, you know, it's a bit like what World Mobile did with their, you know, locking up when you purchase. You do it through ADA, so you can use the Deadliest wallet or your iWallet, for example. And you put your address in there after completing your KYC, and then obviously make your purchase of Cube coins using ADA. So yeah, it's really simple. The terms and conditions should be read through before obviously sort of progressing forward, just to make sure you're eligible and that side of things. But yeah, really straightforward. Just going back, Nick, to the tokenomics, there's 480 million tokens total supply. I think that was missed off when we were talking over the tokenomics, because you know, it's just got the split on the website, but it is 480 million. But yeah, really straightforward when it comes to the KYC side of things. And you know, I think if you've got any concerns or any issues when sort of getting in on the pre-sale, then we'll have all the links to like Telegram and the Reddit and everything for KubeCoin, so you can reach out to those guys, and they'll obviously be happy to support wherever required. But you know, most of the information, if not all of the information, is on the website, so you shouldn't have any difficulties.
Fantastic. So, yeah, just talking about this kind of stage 1 then. So basically it's 4 cents per KubeCoin. The minimum investment is €100 with a maximum investment of €10,000. The total allocation for this O1, I guess, the investors, is 19.2 million KubeCoin. Okay, so that's what's available in this pre-sale that ends in 4 days. So make sure you do plenty of research and get into that. If that's something for you, then obviously you'll want to make sure you do KYC, all of that kind of good stuff as well, as Chris just explained.
Yeah, and if you don't get in on the pre-sale, let's say hypothetically speaking, your research takes a little bit longer and you miss that window of opportunity, not to worry, because there is a public launch also, you know, in their roadmap. But obviously, you know, from an investor's standpoint, it's always cheaper to get in at pre-sale. But you know, you've still got more than 4 days to get that research in. So you know, should be plenty of time, right? With all the links to ask questions, you know, of any, you know, if you've got anything on, you know, your mind, you can reach out to the team directly. So all of those links will be made available in the description of the video.
Fantastic. And obviously we've got the early adopters and community engagers, right? And so obviously the investors at the moment, they're paying 4 cents per KubeCoin. The early adopters, it would be 5 cents per KubeCoin, and then the community engagers 6 cents per KubeCoin. So overall, as you can see, as you get in earlier, you obviously get the better deal. But you know, if your research does take you a little bit longer, you can see that you can become an early adopter or a community engager, or as Chris was saying, the public sale as well, right? So
the other thing to mention is there's a referral scheme as well. So, you know, if you I guess forward on your referral link, let's say on like social media, and people sign up, you also get some Cube coins, you know, as an additional gift. So you know, it's well worth doing that as well. I mean, we did that with World Mobile, and you know, it's definitely worth doing.
Yeah, fantastic. So, Chris, is there anything else that you kind of want to talk about in terms of what is going on here with KubeCoin?
Well, I mean, you know, it goes without saying, one of the first places that I go to is the team. Now, obviously, I've had a scan over the team. I'm happy with the team, happy with the experience of the team. Obviously, this is a business that's been running since 2017 with, you know, 5 million gross profit in euros. So for me, you know, they come from a solid background. All the address details are there. The individuals are on LinkedIn with the, you know, this is what makes a project easy to sort of investigate and do research on when everything's just so transparent. Your team's there. They've got an office in Barcelona, for example. They've got bags of experience. This is like our bread and butter, and when it's not there on the website, it makes it so much harder. So I always appreciate it when the teams on the website, they've got links, so you can sort of look at what their history is within leisure in this example, as well as blockchain technology, right? And I think that's a fundamental part that should be on every website. So I do think it's great to have this on 𝗕𝗘𝗀𝗀�coin's website. It just makes it so much easier to research, and you can also sign up to their newsletter so you can be kept informed as well, which I just think it's great that you've got that as an option.
But let us know what your thoughts are on KubeCoin in the comment section down below. Really interested to know. And with that said and done and out of the way, if you have found it useful and informative, hit that like button. Really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, why not go ahead and subscribe, tap that bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with absolutely everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. With this said, done, and out of the way, I hope everyone has a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.
Yeah, take care.